Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, there's kind of two things I want to get across. First, I'll talk a little bit about training today, which will kind of lead into the other things that I wanted to talk about. So first off, came in, did some competition deadlifts. Was at 255 kilos today. 250 moved really well last week. And 255 today moved really well, but I'm still in pain. I'm still running into those same issues that I've been fighting for 3 years. And I guess this is kind of getting into the second thing I was going to talk about today. But basically, I'm just really sick of battling and dealing with this pain all the time. So training has become, in the last 3 years, a lot more about not necessarily, hitting numbers and feeling good and, the feel of the lifts and those kinds of things. It's just been almost exclusively about trying to find ways to continue pushing without pain, and I've only been very moderately successful. My squat pretty much hasn't moved in a number of years. My deadlift kind of shot up when I switched to sumo, and I feel like has kind of plateaued a little bit over the last little while. The bench is going really well, which I think is one thing to sort of cling to in terms of positivity and feeling good about training. But I think the biggest thing is, I talk a lot about McGill's sort of two-step approach. Number one, find pain-free movement. Regress until you get to that point where you can move and perform and do whatever without pain, and then slowly expand on that. And I just still haven't nailed down step one. So I came into this program, those of you who watched last week's episode, I kind of tweaked my back on day one. Probably not a good sign. So I dialed things back. I think I started at about 70% on that squat day, the first day, dialed things back to about 65% with squats this week and deadlifts this week, and both just still kind of firing up the hip and nagging pains and still aggravating the back and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So number one thing that I need to be accountable for and do better is to dial things back until I don't have pain. When I'm going through my warm-ups, there's definitely a range where everything feels good and moves well and there's no pain, and I need to just be okay with staying there even if it's 45 or 50% for now. I don't have any plans to compete until March, so I just need to be okay with not worrying about my strength for a while and actually taking the load off the bar and doing whatever I have to just not be in pain anymore. And that's a tough thing for me to swallow. It's a tough thing for me to deal with and a tough thing for me to act on properly. So hopefully next week is better. I don't know, all the bodybuilding movements and everything like that, upper body, bench, even the split squats. We'll see about trap bar deadlifts and RDLs on day 3. I didn't do my day 3 last week, but we'll see how all that kind of stuff goes. And again, just gonna have to be light enough that it doesn't hurt. So that focus on not being in pain kind of leads me into the last thing that I wanted to talk about today, and that's gonna be we're going to cover a little bit more of the sort of body composition angle for this sort of foreseeable future. Like I said, I don't have any plans to compete until March. I have been feeling a little bit fluffy lately.
You're super fat. I want to bet you have no conditioning whatsoever. Super fat. Super fat. Super fat. Those rolls are almost coming over your belt. Rolls coming over your belt. Rolls coming over your belt. Coming over your belt. Why don't you look like Larry Wheels? Larry Wheels.
I think that cutting and getting to a lean, sort of body composition, body weight, whatever that looks like, we'll see, I think is a kind of a drive or a focus that I can put on myself, and we can follow it with the channel while lifting is not necessarily, progressing strength is not necessarily number one. So we're gonna be doing a check-in maybe once a month, once every 2 weeks, we'll see. But I'm gonna be keeping track of my body weight. I'm gonna be tracking my macros with Mark Morris as per usual. Dylan and I did some measurements yesterday.
And what do you think of it?
and we're gonna be trying to track that as it progresses as a way to kind of divert my focus and divert the channel's focus while the lifting sort of takes a back seat to getting healthy. So hopefully this is something that's kind of exciting for everybody else out there, and let us know what you think of that idea, maybe in the comments. But yeah, that's mostly it, to catch you guys up and let you guys know what's going on. We're gonna be focusing on body composition and my cut, and maybe doing a physique update here or there. Still not gonna do a full day of eating, so just get ready for that, get used to that idea. But we will be still following training. We will still be talking about powerlifting. We're not gonna be shifting the channel into some sort of bodybuilding thing. Just with the training vlogs that we do each week, they're gonna be a little bit more focused on my body composition and how that progresses over time, as opposed to the weights that I'm going to be moving, because they are not going to be very impressive if this last week or so has been any indication. Anyways, guys, let us know your thoughts on all this stuff in the comments below. Leave a like if you like this video, and hit that subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.